Hey everyone, I'm missing you today, but hopefully you'll be able to work on some of this lettering. And so I wanted to introduce you to something very simple that you can add to your handwriting, which is feet. I didn't know if you knew that letters had feet. I always called them feet because that's what I learned when I was learning about yearbook, and so we call them feet, but it's actually called technically a serif. And so that's this little decorative piece right here on the end. And if you notice in this specific font, this is Times New Roman, that it is thinner in some areas, and that is also something that you can do when you're writing to make it um, look fancier. And so over here we have sans serif, sans meaning without, so sans serif, like you cannot come into a restaurant sans shoes. You cannot come into a restaurant without your shoes. Um, so sans serif meaning it does not have feet. Um, so over here you can try keeping your letters even and copying some of this. You could do your own letters. You could write goodbye. And I also did not put any lines because this is art. Lettering is art. And I'm not going to be collecting these and grading you on your handwriting. This is for fun so that you can go and take this and create. So here, over here, look at the capital letter A, and this right here is called a type letter, lowercase a, and so it looks a little different than the way we normally write our letter A, where we do a C with a stick. So this looks different. So you might have seen that before. Um, and the letter B over here and compare it to the sans serif letter B, and then the letter C. Um, and again, you don't have to make it look exactly like this. I just happened to pick two different fonts that I liked, and there's lots of fun fonts too that you can try looking at home if you want to just type rather than draw your own letters. But I would like for you today to go ahead and pause the video and try to copy these words or make your own words with feet and then without feet and kind of play with it and see what you like. So, and then when we come back, we're going to introduce a 3D shape. So that way we can um, move on with that in next week. So let's pause the video and we'll move on. Alright, so 3D shapes are not easy, so I wanted to introduce a 3D shape before we move on to 3D lettering in another week. So first we're going to start with the 3D block, and I want you to just look because I'm about to show you. I'm going to pause it and pull up Active Inspire and draw a 3D shape. But here's a block, and you can see this front block because that's what we're going to draw first. And if you can imagine, there's another block back there, but you can't actually see it, and that's what makes it look three-dimensional. I also like the shading on this, so that's something that you could add as you get better at doing 3D shapes. So I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to bring up my Active Inspire and show you. Actually, my Active Inspire is pulled up, so just a second. Here it is. Um, so if you want, again, you could pause the video, and there are some rulers in my math manipulatives. If somebody from my class, just one person, um, could get those and show those, so let everybody have one of those, that would be great. So if you start with one block, and just keep pausing the video throughout, so that way you can see each step. So this is step one. So if you want to pause it, you can try step one. Step two is first of all seeing a block behind it. So that you can do it about the same size. And you're going to do a block behind it. And then go ahead and pause the video and then we'll do the next step. So the next step will be connecting top left, top right, bottom left, and bottom right. And then you have yourself a 3D shape. So several ways that you can do this. If you wrote that in pencil, you can take an eraser and erase the parts that you wouldn't, oh, I erased too much. But you can erase the parts that you wouldn't see if you were looking at a regular box. I wouldn't be able to see that back part unless it were clear, like some of your backpacks are clear. So now it looks more like, not perfectly, but more like that one we looked over here. Another way you can do it is, I'm going to do this one quickly, not step by step, is that instead of having to erase, you can do your lines. And I often like to do this, but it's harder to do this one until you actually learn more about the 3D shapes. And I'm going to have to erase part of that because I made it too deep. So you can go across there and then just fix any lines. Again, this is art, not mathematical perfection. So there you go. In the future, I'm going to work on helping you create an alphabet with 3D letters, so that way you have something to look at when you want to do maybe a card for somebody or something like that. So we can do bubble letters and 3D shapes. And I talked to some of you that are in my class even about maybe doing one week a comic strip and being able to do some quotation bubbles, some quote bubbles, so that way you can um, check that out. If you get a chance, maybe if your parents happen to get a newspaper, which I know a lot of people get their news online now, but comic strips, I love how the different authors and writers and illustrators will um, use different letters for their specific comics, and so the letters really take on a life of their own. So give that a try. Try a few shapes. You can do several different shapes with 3D shapes. And so anyway, we'll apply some of this to letters in the future, and I look forward to seeing your work. If you want to take this work with you, since this is just an introduction lesson, you're welcome to take it with you home, and we'll be building more into our lessons next week. All right, I'll see you later.